Foreign dude secretly explores Chongqing's urban village, almost got pulled in for a 100 yuan a p love session.
No, no, I'm. Wait, wait.
A Polish blogger traveling in China for 2 weeks got tired of the modern landscapes and futuristic cityscapes. He decided to explore the hidden areas around the big cities. Little-known areas worried that carrying camera equipment would cause conflict. The dude specially invited a Polish friend who had lived in China for 2 months. They first started from the bustling city center and went down an old staircase. Unexpectedly, a second-hand clothing market was hidden here. This place can be said to be very hidden, although it is winding and full of various shops. But these shops don't seem to be doing well. I am afraid even locals would find it hard to discover this place, to find bargains after passing a small shop at the corner of the stairs. Go up the old stairs painted with digital graffiti. Soon the blogger arrived at a place that was in stark contrast to the modern high-rise buildings outside. The wires above are like spider webs intricately intertwined. Behind the rusty iron gate is a narrow balcony corridor full of dust and debris. Looking down from the balcony below is a scene of dilapidation and clutter. All kinds of domestic waste are scattered on the ground. You can see a few sneaky little mice scurrying around. Even during the day, I thought it had been abandoned long ago. Taking a closer look, several air conditioner outdoor units are still hanging on the exterior wall of the building. Some windowsills are also filled with lush green potted plants, proving that there are indeed still residents living here. These old residential houses form a sharp contrast with the modern apartment buildings not far away. The sense of contrast is instantly magnified to the extreme. The dude said that it is now rare to see such street scenes in China. It is difficult to find even if you go looking for it specifically. He speculated that those living in this simple area should be economically disadvantaged or elderly. Seeing the dude's naive and childish explanation, netizens immediately couldn't hold back and explained to everyone in the comment area. You may find it difficult to understand the actual situation there. This symbolizes the key to wealth in China, being able to be in the golden location of the urban core area. Owning such a dilapidated property is what many Chinese people dream of, because it may become a source of wealth in the future. Once this place faces demolition, these residents will receive generous compensation. Brand new apartment. The children of these old people usually live outside, and they stay here alone, waiting for demolition. Don't look at the back of this old community building. It is dirty, messy, and bad. Coming down the stairs, you are greeted by the prosperous and clean city center street. The roadside are some shops that look clean and tidy. Blogger exclaimed in surprise. He had never seen such a community before. Looking at this old building from the front, it is quite clean and pretty. No one would imagine that behind the building is a paradise for rats. Soon, they walked to another old community with a similar history. Just as they entered, they were greeted by a guy who had just finished at least a whole bottle of Beijing white liquor. He was walking with a swaying gait, despite the somewhat unique style of the Da Good Fei Ji Fei, Big Brother steps, as if no one else was there. The gesture of offering a cigarette was very smooth and natural. The foreign lad was so scared that he didn't dare to stay long. If something happened to the brother, it would be really hard to explain. The two continued along this route, exploring the winding and narrow alleys. Passers-by on the road cast curious glances at them. But the young man was not afraid at all. He was well aware that China's public security is top-notch worldwide. Even in such an old community, cameras are installed everywhere. He thought it might be because most foreign bloggers who come to China go to see skyscrapers and popular attractions. It is rare to see a foreigner like him who likes to wander around old hutongs. So people here find it particularly novel, right? Seeing this scene, netizens couldn't help but tell him in the comments section, everyone is curious about you. Not just because you are a foreigner, but also because you are wearing a food delivery uniform. They are just curious about food delivery companies employing foreign workers. The houses in this community are indeed quite old. Some toilets are even open in air. Walking here gives you a strange sense of tranquility away from the fast and paced hustle and bustle of the city. It is as if time slows down here, and the police on duty standing there greatly enhances the sense of security. The blogger's friend explained. In China, whether it is day or night, you can go out with peace of mind, even in such dilapidated and narrow neighborhoods. You don't have to worry about safety at all. Whether you're male or a blonde female, it is very safe here. That is right. I feel the same way. The worst thing that could happen here is like 2 minutes ago, someone wanted to offer you a cigarette. Walking through a narrow alley, the blogger saw a group of people gathered here. They were leisurely playing cards in a makeshift shed. The blogger even felt a little confused. There are no modern facilities to be seen nearby. Basic living amenities are also completely lacking. The concept of a slum naturally emerged in his mind. Is this China's slum? But the situation of the people living here made him feel doubtful. If this is really a slum, why do the residents here seem to be living quite comfortably? Netizen Week explained. I need to clarify a fact. Slums are usually made up of numerous illegal buildings, but the urban villages in the video should be considered residential areas built in the early stages of the city. The main residents there now are elderly people. Most of the young people have moved out. These elderly people basically have pensions. They have a lot of free time to do what they like. Playing cards is also a way to pass the time. A netizen named Lena commented, "Fey American slums are full of homeless people and drug addicts. Fey. But China's urban villages won't have that kind of foul atmosphere. You don't have to worry about safety either." Another netizen reminded Faye, if the government decides to demolish this area, Faye, these people will all become millionaires. Faye the guy discovered that although this community is quite old, it is incredibly lively. Everywhere you look, people are playing cards and mahjong. You can even see people raising chickens on the street. Sometimes it gives you a very surreal feeling. Seeing the stalls selling swamp eels on the roadside, the blogger was almost scared shitless at the time. He originally thought the people here liked to eat snakes. Just hearing about it made him feel a chill down his spine. After that, he saw ducks and pigeons being sold on the roadside. Some people were selling all kinds of bizarre animals. He was so scared that he quickly left. Walking along, the guy began to wonder why some Chinese people seemed particularly friendly. Almost every time he said hello, he received an enthusiastic response, but some Chinese people were not very friendly. For example, he said hello to 2 girls standing next to the stairs, but they covered their face. Passing a patch of lush green vegetable garden, the guy wanted to go in and experience the pastoral scenery, but he was sternly stopped by the garden owner. Despite repeatedly running into snags, the guy couldn't suppress his desire to explore. Unexpectedly, the guy almost got into big trouble because of his ignorance. As the guy passed some old houses, he saw some girls anxiously looking for card partners on the roadside. He had seen someone mention online that in this kind of place, you can happily play cards together for just century yuan, but the guy felt that this price was completely disrupting the market order. He decided to go to the scene to check the situation himself, but he almost put himself in danger.
Oh, no, no, I'm... wait, wait. Okay. Okay. Sorry.
The young man, still in shock, faced the camera. He began to describe this strange encounter. At first, the woman greeted him very warmly, but just as he took out his phone to discuss the price, a man suddenly came forward to stop him. He ordered him to leave in a very harsh tone. From then on, every woman the blogger encountered in the alley would immediately avoid him upon seeing him. The guy also felt very helpless about this. According to the information he learned, playing cards here costs as little as censure to Yalinin yuan. It can be said to be very cost and effective, and you won't get ripped off. It is definitely a super value experience.
Actually, I really wanted to go downstairs with her to see how does it look, the room, but yeah, the guy didn't allow it.
The young man was taking pictures everywhere with his camera. It did seem a bit abrupt in this hysterical and mysterious community, until an elderly man taking a walk nearby couldn't stand it anymore and shouted directly at the young man. The young man then decided to end his visit for the day.
不要乱录像，不要乱录像，人的隐私权，中国隐私权， OK，
Blogger's video is titled Real China, Chongqing's shantytown that no one dare to show. The video has just been released, and it has sparked heated discussions among netizens. Some viewers feel that the blogger's approach is not appropriate and even a bit disrespectful to the local residents. Some viewers also think that the blogger's video is like a demon Zan revealing mirror, reflecting the urban fabric, from different perspectives. And I think the young man visited Chongqing out of curiosity. Urban villages, recording those corners temporarily obscured by skyscrapers. There are traces of time here, full of strong life atmosphere. It may not be bright enough here, but it must not be simply classified as slums. It carries the daily lives of countless ordinary Chinese people. It is an indispensable chapter in the city's memory. This place is full of the most sincere human warmth, enthusiastic guys offering cigarettes, police comrades, maintaining law and order, straightforward old people, protecting privacy. These vivid images, in the urban prosperity and the past year's market atmosphere, together constitute a fuller picture of China. To truly understand and read a region, you must abandon preconceived notions and truly delve into its internal structure, experience its real pulse of cold and heat, isn't it?